that's why Southwestern Bell is no more, well, part of the reason. Yeah, well, whatever the case. So, at any rate, I'm still getting that ringing sound. Go sit down, Mars. Are we on the air? I know that our regular radio listeners are going, what? What is this?
Howdy, sir.
Thank you for being you. Would you have a seat and we'll sit down and chat for a while. This is the most bizarre, jacked up mess. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but
We're on Facebook.
are we?
So watch what we're saying. Heitzman's watching. Heitzman, you need to get a job.
He does need to get a job. There's no doubt
As
about
soon
it.
as we go on Facebook, Jeff Heitzman's watching. It's nice to know we have a loyal audience or audience.
Audience.
What is the singular?
Is that
Actually-
that's a new word, isn't it?
No, there's actually 6 people. Hi, Gina. We've got 6 people jumped on and watched.
Oh, because Gina was supposed to be here.
I know, and she apparently
Did you fix your
is
flats?
kind of on the way. The mother-in-law flats have kind of delayed her, but she'll be here later. We're talking about Gina Chalnels, but first of all, before we
Gina's
get
in
into all
flats
that,
and you're in high heels. What do we expect?
that's exactly right. So is that our camera over there?
That is one camera. This is another camera.
Well, which camera is currently on?
That camera.
Well, thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live, and we're also recording this as a podcast, embarrassingly enough, here at Houston Autorama, the 60th anniversary of such a thing. The crowd has peaked. It peaked about an hour ago, and the show closes here at about 6 o'clock this evening. No, not about. It does close at 6 o'clock this evening. And the reason that I point that out is because we're leaving at 6 o'clock this evening, whether you like it or not. So, at any rate, we thought we'd give you a little extra bonus here at Autorama, the 60th anniversary. We had a couple of guests lined up, one of which was a guy by the name of Mike Brown, and if he shows up, we're going to interview him. He has a 1969 Mustang over there, and he was very disappointed. And the way that we met him is that this morning he rolled by and he was pointing about the in-wheel time machine, Conrad's 1970 Oldsmobile Rally 350. And he was asking, is that the car that beat me? And I said, well, no, that car actually is not in competition amongst the other 500 cars that are here at the GRB this weekend that are in competition under ISCA rules. And we're glad that Conrad didn't get into that competition because Conrad wouldn't have had a chance.
Because I don't open the trunk and Don
Well,
says to be part
that's
of the...
only a mere fraction of the reason that Conrad wouldn't compete amongst those that are here in that category, because it is a restored original, and under ISCA rules, the competition for that car are cars that have been rotisseried. In other words, cars that have had basically a
Hundreds of thousands of dollars spent on them.
probably would be my guess, unless you've got a rotisserie that you could put the car on, body off a frame, and that sort of thing. So at any rate, I met Mike Brown, who has the 69 Mustang down the way, and we started talking, and he has a very interesting story, and I'm hoping that he's going to remember to stop by. I went down right before we started this broadcast and to try to find him, and he's not sitting in his seat halfway asleep waiting for everybody to come by and go, tell me about your 69 Mustang. Mike lives in Friendswood, and he has quite a story to tell, and I'm not going to spoil that story right now while I sit here and pontificate.
Pontificate. Wish I could spell that.
Wish I could say it.
Pontificate.
Heitzman, check that for accuracy, would you?
Exactly. So the good friend of our program here on the In-Wheel Time radio show is Jeff Heitzman, a longtime friend of mine that used to work with back at the KPRC radio days back in the 80s and 90s. Jeff was in attendance here yesterday, and bothered us so much we wound up buying him dinner. So there's that, Jeff, and thank you for coming and being a part of the show. And I'm
Thank
just
you for
teasing.
being you.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go change it.
We thoroughly appreciate all your support because you are our field sound check man.
Yes, he is. He is our field sound check man. So whenever we screw up, Jeff is the first to be sure and
Let us know
text us and
you
email
have no
us.
sound,
We
or
have no
there's a
sound.
feedback, or
You
I'm listening
suck.
to two
You
things.
look bad. All of those things. So we're asking, is it better now, Jeff?
Yeah, he goes, "Where's David when you really need him?"
Yeah, right, exactly. And there's been that sort of thing too, because we don't have our chief engineer David Ainsley with us today, who should have been here with his son, but that didn't happen for whatever reason. On her way here is Gina Child Knowles with her husband and my girlfriends, the 19-year-olds that I've met through Gina. One is her daughter, Taylor, and the other is another crazy one that I love them both. But anyway, that's who I was actually coming to see today. But they're on their way, they say. As it turns out that there happened to be a little problem with the mother-in-law's flat tires, of which she had 2 on the freeway. So they had to turn around, go fix that, and apparently they're on their way back here. So there is Mike Brown with the 69 Corvette that is one of our guests that we wanted to talk to. Another one that I ran down that I've been trying to reach actually since Tuesday evening when we moved in and got this space fixed up for this broadcast was a name by the name of Romero.
Oh, well, you fell in love with that car.
It's a 1948 Lincoln Continental convertible that when I finally ran him down, I keep hearing myself off of one of these cell phones, so that needs to be turned down. But at any rate, Romero has a 1948 Lincoln Continental convertible that is absolutely stunning, and he is over in the lowrider section because of all the work that he's done on the car. It is a black convertible that has a red interior that is truly, I can't imagine anybody going, that really is an ugly car, or we don't really care anything about that car. Because just the style of the car to begin with is something to talk about. But all of the work that he's done to the car is truly
Exceptional.
unbelievable.
And it really keeps the classic look of the car, but it adds a modern
Flair to
vision to it, right?
The car is slammed to the ground. It has an air ride suspension on it. He bought it from somebody in River Oaks, an older gentleman that had the car, as he told the story. And he took the car and buffed it out. I don't know. Actually, I do know. He told me that in the 1970s, that car had a respray. So it was painted in
Once.
the 1970s. But he had the interior redone, and it is bright red interior. It's so fitting for this car. He did all of the work except the interior. He even wired the sound system and put the surrounds for the speakers in the back seat that match the interior. He put the great big humongous speakers in the trunk. The trunk lid's kind of partially open so you can see all of his fine work.
Got to hear that bass, huh?
He put a junkyard motor in it from a truck, an LS engine in it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was made for this car. Of course, the hood back in 1948 doesn't open all the way back. It kind of is enough so you can check the oil at the service station back in the day. This car is so good. I'm going to email you the pictures that I took of this car, and you can put it up. You can put it up on our Facebook page.
Okay.
So there's this ginormous. Can you see this? There's this ginormous
Is that the story?
text from Gina Child Knowles about apparently why she's not going to make it today.
Gina.
And then at the very end, in another text, she says, "Plus, I have your check."
Oh. That's why she's not coming, because she has our check. Check this, right? Oh, Gina, we found it. We found you out.
So I'm not going to read all of that because I don't want to waste everybody's time that's watching this broadcast. But at any rate, so I'm going to text you the pictures of the car, if that's okay with you, Mr. Mars.
Yes, sir.
All
Please
right.
do.
So I'm going to text you a picture of the car because it's way back over there by the other section here at the George R. Brown. Keep in mind that there are 500 or more cars on display here. So it takes up the entire George R. Brown Convention Center. How many blocks is that? How many square feet is the George R. Brown
It's at
Convention
least
Center?
3 blocks because of the way the
Oh,
streets
it's more
come
than
in.
that. It's like 5 blocks long.
Well, I'm not familiar with the
it's
area.
hundreds of thousands of square feet. But at any rate,
And they don't have the car auction, so they use that and fill in
For
more space
display,
with more
right.
cars.
And it's not just cars on display. There's lots of things to do here too. You know, they've got the jumping thing down there.
yeah, what is that, a $10 a person thing? So I took pictures of most of the Magnificent Seven. All right, I did do that. So
And they're already posted on our Facebook page.
are they?
Yep.
Okay.
The Magnificent Seven, along with
And
the
explain the Magnificent Seven to everybody while I do
So,
this.
Autorama, different parts of the country, as they move around, each venue has their premier award that they provide to what the ISCA judges determine to be the best car at the show. But one of the qualifiers for the best car at the show is it's the first time it will have been shown at that location.
In Houston, Texas.
In Houston. So, you know, in Detroit, it's the Riddler. In Houston, it's the Millwinders Award. Beautiful award of this blower on top of an engine. Really, really
Actually,
gorgeous.
that Craig Bierman at Speed and Sport Chrome Plating created.
Right, really
Yeah.
gorgeous award that everybody wants to win. So everybody comes in, the ISCA judges go around and they select those cars that they think are worthy of the award, and then they narrow it down to 7, and they call it the Magnificent Seven. So the Magnificent Seven here are the Graham Shark, is the Vicky, the gray Vicky, the charcoal-colored Chevy Dually pickup truck, the 57 Oldsmobile Fiesta wagon, the 65 Buick Riviera, that is an original car, and we talked to him yesterday on the show, the 70 Plymouth Superbird, we talked to Janice on the show as well, and the 65 Chevy Suburban with the surfboards and everything on top of it.
I missed that.
Yeah, it's right down here.
Yeah,
It was at Tacos. It was at Tailpipes and Tacos a number of times ago. So he's had it on the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a gorgeous truck. And oh my gosh, somebody's a cabinet maker because the inside of the truck is all beautiful woodwork as well. So that are those that qualified for the Magnificent Seven, and they're going to announce the winner today at 5 p.m. So
Is that the end?
is that okay? I know you were reading while I was talking.
Well, Gina's not coming.
but she has
The
check.
mother-in-law's flat tires have sidelined her, so she's not coming. And one of the girls has to be at work at 5. The other one's got a project.
Yada,
blah,
yada,
blah,
yada,
blah,
yada,
Life,
blah, blah,
life,
blah, blah.
life is in the way.
So, at any rate, this is kind of an overview of what's going on here today at the 60th annual Autorama. And as the show comes to a close, it's been a great show.
There is some stunningly beautiful cars, even though they aren't part of the Magnificent Seven. The rest of the show is wonderful.
But the other thing that I wanted to point out, and as is in any car show, there are also those cars that show here that you can tell that an individual has put a lot of work into the car, but has no clue as to how to show a car.
He's talking about me again.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Not yet.
Partially.
Because there is a protocol, let's say,
Well,
to show a car, to display a car at this level.
and to win. and to win.
And to win in your category, because the Magnificent Seven and Mill Winders is one category, but there are different categories for all sorts of different things.
So we're going to have that discussion after we finish this particular podcast, because I think it's gone on way too long, because I got carried away and started talking and I couldn't stop.
That's okay.
So we'll continue this in podcast number 2, Mars.
Yes, sir. That's
So
what
if
we
you
need.
would get off of your cell phone like a
I'm trying to load those pictures you sent me.
like a 12-year-old.
And a 12-year-old would have already been through and done
Yeah,
with
the
this.
12-year-old would have had the pictures up and running already. We'd be moving on by now. So
what we were just going to sit here and tap our feet while you attempt to load these 2 pictures of the 48 Lincoln
No, I
Continental?
think you two should continue this wonderful conversation
So
that y'all have
podcast
going
2
on.
is going to include the discussion about how the ISCA structures their categories.
It's not just ISCA. This is at ISCA, which is International Show Car Association, that I actually showed in back when it was at the Astro Hall back in the day, in 1979, 1980. And ISCA has a certain rules for each category of car. And what I learned was, after I spent $1 bajillion on the 1977 Corvette.
Are we going to go there right now? I thought that was going
Well,
to be podcast 2.
I'm padding time from Mars to be able to put his phone down
I
and
put my
send
phone
the
down.
damn pictures on to Facebook.
Well, I can't put my phone down and send the pictures on to Facebook at the same
You've
time.
spent 15 minutes on
I am
this,
not
Mars.
12 years old. I am way beyond this.
Are we going to have Mr. Bierman on as well?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. I've been waiting on Mars to finish whatever it is that he's doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish this part of the podcast. We're going to hit the stop button, no matter where Mars is on his cell phone.
Please don't wait.
The stop button.
Golly.
And I'm going to get up, and I'm going to take a potty break, and Mr. Mars can continue to play whatever it is game he's going to play over there. And I'm going to go and get Craig, and we'll talk Chrome. So stay
Please
with us.
do.